Welcome all, Abhilash this side. This is the last session on current asset management, unit 4. In this session, I am going to talk on working capital financing. So basically, what is the working capital financing? The financing, that means the company which is looking for the finance from various sources. From there, they will get the capital to run their operations, to run their day-to-day operations. So here we have two other sources have come up in the recent years, and they are factoring and the commercial papers. So, working capital finance means funds available for a period of 1 year or less are called a short-term finance. In India, short-term funds are used to finance working capital. The two most significant ways of working capital finance are trade credit and bank borrowing. And two other sources have come up in the recent years, and they are factoring and the commercial paper. Factoring and commercial paper. So, what is a trade credit? Trade credit, it refers to the credit that a customer gets from the suppliers in normal course of trade. This deferral of payments is a short-term financing which is called a trade credit. It is a major source of finance of firms. In India, it contributes to about one-third of the total short-term financing. Particularly, small firms are heavily dependent on the trade credits as a source of finance since they find it difficult to raise funds from banks and other sources. Trade credit is also called a spontaneous source of financing. Second, the credit terms. This refers to the conditions under which the supplier sells on credit to the buyers and the buyers is required to repay the credit. The typically way of expressing credit terms is, for example, 3 by 15 net 45. This means 3% discount is available if payment is made within 15 days, and if this discount is not available, payment is to made on or before 45 days. It's work like credit card. Benefits of trade credit: easy availability. Unlike the other sources of finance, trade credit is relatively easy to obtain. The trade credit does not need any document. Likewise, if you want to borrow a loan from the bank, you need to submit your personal earning documents like salary slips or earning from business. There are many documents you have to submit with the KYC documents. But the trade credit, you don't need any documents. It's just like unlike other sources of finance. Flexibility: the trade credit goes with the growth is the firm sales. The growth is sales cause growth in the purchase of goods and the service, which is automatically financed by trade credit. Inform Informality: trade credit is an informal, spontaneous source of finance. It does not require any special negotiations or formal agreements. Right? It does not have the restriction which are usually part of negotiated source of finance. At the same time, there is something called the cost of trade credit. It is nothing but the cost of foregoing the discount offer. Decision making on trade credit. Suppose let's understand the trade credit with the example. Suppose company A has to purchase raw material worth 1 lakh and is extended trade credit in terms of 2 by 15 net 45. Option A. So pay 98,000 within the 15 days of within the 15 days from a company has took the payment and save 2,000 rupees. So the sellers is giving a discount if the company A has paid if company A paid 98,000 within the 15 days from the purchase date. Option B, pay 1 lakh on the 45th day and thereby use the amount of 98 for the extra 30 days. This use of funds for 30 days may generate return more than 2000. This unlikely if anyone is using the credit card, they might have got this point, right? Because whenever the bill cycle is coming, you will see the due date within the 20 days, right? Likewise, let me give the example. uh, right now I am using the SBI credit card, which bill date is 10th of every month. So every 10th of I'm getting the SBI credit card payment bill, and the due date is 30th. So it's giving me the 20 days time to pay the due amount or outstanding amount, right? If I uh, purchase something from any shop for around 50,000 on the date of 11, right? So I will get the around 50 days to extend. How? Likewise, see, every 10th I am getting the bill, right? I have made the purchase on the 11th. So what will happen on the next month on the 10th? I will get the new bill, and in that bill my outstanding will be added, right? And I will have a 20 more days to pay the payment. That is the 30th of the month, right? Like this, trade credit is working. Other sources of spontaneous finance of working capital. Accrued expenses is a liability that a firm has to pay for the service which it has already received. Thus, they represent a spontaneous interest-free sources of financing, like wages, salaries, taxes, interest. Deferred income, it represents funds received by a firm for goods and service which it has agreed to supply in future, advance payments. Bank finance of working capital. Banks are main institutional source of working capital finance in India. The amount approved by the bank of spontaneous finance of working capital. Accrued expenses is a liability that a firm has to pay for the service which it has already received. Thus, they represent a spontaneous interest-free sources of financing, like wages, salaries, taxes, interest. Deferred income, it represents funds received by a firm for goods and service which it has agreed to supply in future, advance payments. Bank finance of working capital. Banks are main institutional source of working capital finance in India. The amount approved by the bank for the firm's working capital is called a credit limit. Credit limit is the maximum fund which firms can obtain from the bank for use as working capital. Like I have a card, I am around credit limit around 2 lakh, right? So up to 2 lakh I can purchase anything. Like I can't purchase more than 2 lakh because I will not able to make the payment more than 2 lakh as it's limited to 2 lakh. The bank considers the firm's sales, production plans and desirable levels of current assets in determining its working capital requirement or the credit limit. Actually, the banks do not lend 100% of the credit limit. They deduct the margin money from the loan to keep as a security. Overdraft. This is one of the option, one of the form of banking finance. The borrower is allowed to withdraw funds in excess of his balance in his current account up to certain specific limit. The extra amount borrowed is repayable on demand. The borrower can withdraw and repay funds whenever he desires within the overall speculations. Interest is charged on daily balance on the amount actually withdrawn, subject to minimum charges. This point is subject to the banking charges. Cash credit, one more financing option, same as overdraft except for a difference given below. Borrowers is not allowed to withdraw the full amount of the limit at once. Rather, he should borrow periodically as per his requirement and also repay periodically. There is no commitment charge, therefore interest is payable on the amount actually used by the borrower. Cash credit limits are sanctioned against security of current assets, debtor and stocks. Purchase or discounting of bills. The borrowers can obtain credit from banks against its bills. The bank purchase and discounts the bills of the borrower. The borrower is paid the discounted amount immediately. The banks collects the full amount on maturity of the bill. Letter of credit, LOC, the mostly used in case of import transactions. The banks gives assurance of a payment to foreign suppliers in event of a non-payment by the domestic party. Generally provided by banks to financially sound and credit-worthy parties. It is an indirect way of financing. Right now, I can give you the example here. Likewise, if you want to get a tender from the government, in some tender, in some ads, in government ads, government is mentioning that you need to submit LOC, the letter of credit from the bank. With the LOC, you can qualify for applying the tender. You might get. Working capital loan. A borrower may sometimes require funds in excess of the sanctioned credit limits to meet unforeseen contingency. Banks provide such accommodations through a demand loan account. The borrower is expected to pay higher rates of interest in such exceptional cases. Hypothecation. Under this, the borrower is provided working capital finance against the security of movable property, stocks, debtors. The borrower does not transfer the property to the bank physically. Thus, hypothecation is a charge against the property where neither ownership nor the possession is passed on the creditor. Bank generally grant credit against the hypothecation only to the first class customer with the high integrity. So here, let me give the example of home loan, right? So right now banks are passing the home loan with this hypothecation. Okay, so they are not having the possession or they are not having the ownership. They're just having the hypothecation. If if the if the person or a company who took the loan is not able to pay the loan or EMIs on the time, that time they can take hypothecation, and they can file the case against the borrower and they can have a ownership legally. Pledge. Under this agreement, the borrower is required to physically transfer the possession of the property offered as a security to the bank. So there are the loans which banks are offering, that is called a secured loan. Secured loans means loans against the property, loans against the share certificates, FD, insurance, policy documents. So here we are done with the current asset management. Thank you. Best wishes. Other sources